Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I tell you, Black History Month, February is, the last day of February, last day that a lot of people want to say Black History Month, but I think Black history is every day. I think Black history will be continuously evolving every day because we have contributions that we bring to this great country of America, and our ancestors and our forefathers before us came here. They laid the path. They knocked down some doors, so we are able to walk through those things. And we have to continue to stay in the present and continue to make pathways for future generations to come. And so, with that being said, this guest that we got on today, she's been on the show many, many times, but she brings so much wisdom, understanding, knowledge, excitement, and I tell you what, whichever platform that you're going to be watching us on, you might want to sit back and grab you about 5-6 bags of popcorn, because we bringing it today. We are bringing it. We're going to educate you. We're going to incite you. We're going to get you there. We're going to talk about Black history. And we're going to talk about keeping those doors open and not going back. We're not going back. Never going back. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yes, we have this exciting guest. Well, I don't even consider a guest. It's like family. She's been on a show so many times, and we are celebrating Black History Month, and she's going to take a different perspective on a specific topic. But we are excited to have her back on the show, and whatever social media platform you are watching the show live on, if you have any questions or comments, please just send them in, and we are just excited to hear from you.
I haven't had my little sister that's coming on today on the show in over 2 months, and I kind of feel like that she done forgot about us a little bit, but we got her today. So I tell you what, Michelle, can you do the honors? Can you introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely magnificent guest?
Yes, well, the topic today is called Stop Looking for the Shoe to Drop and Stay Present. So we're having Dr. Stacey Bulluck back on the show. She's a CEO, transformational speaker, evangelist, media host, and author. She's going to talk about anticipatory anxiety, stop looking for the negative, recognizing your worth, the importance of reframing anxiety to produce a positive response. So Dr. Bulluck is the owner and founder of Power and Resilience, workforce development and life coaching agency. She provides workforce development and training, individual life skills training through the coaching agency. She is the president and CEO of Order Steps Incorporated, a nonprofit serving homeless women and formerly incarcerated women veterans, a best-selling author of 2 spiritual self-help books. Her current book is titled, Are You Present? And, she has received an honorary doctorate along with the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. She received the first Community Impact Achievement Award from a social group who serves the Los Angeles, California community. And remember, she is an Army veteran, having served a little more than 18 years, where she advanced to the rank of Staff Sergeant. So you know what? Let's welcome her back to the show, Dr. Stacey Bulluck.
Let's do that one more time. How you doing, Stacey?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you all so much for having me again. I love hanging out with my family and just having these meaningful conversations.
Wow. I tell you, every time that you're on, it's just it's an educational experience. It's kind of like a ritual as relate to the Lord and all and things we do. And it keeps one present, because it's easy to go backwards and walk backwards and start thinking about everything that happened last year, 10 years, 20, 15, 30 years ago. Then you find out you in the past. You can't function in the past. Mm-mm. Because the future is for the living, and that's what's going on. So, Dr. Stacey, can you tell our viewers and listeners that might have missed your 20, I don't know, appearances on the show, a little bit more about you? Let's catch them up on who you are.
Absolutely. Again, my name is Stacey Bulluck, and I am a life coach. However, I am not your typical life coach. I bring to the table a specified recipe filled with the ingredients that are going to make sure that you, if you do the work, you will get to where you're trying to go, whether it's education, whether it's weight loss, whether it's starting a business, whether it's getting a better position at your job. Allow power and resilience to help you get to where you want to be.
Wow. You know, we had 3 series on the show about your new book, Are You Present? And I think we got up to probably chapter 3 or chapter 4. And I know it's 10 chapters. There's a lot of it that we didn't talk about, but just tell our viewers and listeners before we even get started about this wonderful masterpiece of a book that you wrote.
Well, it's funny because some of the things that I plan to bring to the front today, they come out of the book. And we in the book, Are You Present? We talk about being not just aware, but have awareness of who you are. And when we have awareness, that NESS is a game changer because it says what is the quality of what you're aware of. And in our cases, we should be focusing on being aware of who we are, how we navigate through life's challenges, how we show up every day to people. But the NESS, remember that part. That is the quality of how you do it. Is your quality high or is your quality mediocre or is it low? I hope that actually, let's add another one. I hope your quality of knowing who you are is exceptional. But Are You Present will help you walk through the steps to make sure that you have this figured out because you're going to need it. Definitely going to need it.
You said that openness, that ness. A lot of people don't understand what that means. That means, and to me, it means you have to be open to yourself, open to your mindset, open to being able to absorb things in and also be able to share things back honestly. So well, let's talk about this thing, what you call anticipatory anxiety. What is it, Stacey? What
You
is
know,
that?
I said the same thing, Dr. Cooley. I said the same thing when it came to me. And, most people know that the U.S. is going through a major shift or transition or whatever you want to call it. And people are beginning to overthink. People are beginning to put more emphasis on everything that is negative versus putting emphasis on things that are positive, and that those positive things, when we think about it, it's going to keep us energized, it's going to keep us focused, it's not going to distract you, first of all, from being aware of who you are and what you bring to the table and how valuable you are. But I'm going to just give you, just because I'm a word girl, I'll give you the definition that's written. It says it's a type of anxiety characterized by excessive worry and fear. Excessive. And I believe that we're trying to be catapulted into a space that's just filled with fear so that, for whatever the reason.
Hold that thought, because we got to take a station break. But I want you to come back and talk about the definition, and let's go over that one. That is so important right now. I'll tell you, whichever platform that you're watching this on, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do, just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. If you're listening to us on the radio, AM, 660 The Answer in Dallas. Wow, welcome to the show. You can always provide comments, and you can always let us know what you think. If you're listening to us on AM 1170, The Answer in San Diego, you can do the same thing. But right now, we're going to take a station break, but we're going to come back with a lot more of Dr. Stacey. And so I tell you what, send in your comments. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm sitting here having a great conversation with my little sister, Dr. Stacey Bulluck. And I tell you, you guys just listening right now, but this young lady, she do it all. I mean, an evangelist, an artist, a poet, a writer, a mother. I mean, all of these great things that she is doing. But you know what? She's doing it because it's in her. She discovered her purpose on the talents that God has given her. And the only way that she can stay there, she had to stay in the present. You observe in the past, but you have to stay in the present. I know you guys just saw my commercial, know yourself, love yourself, accept yourself before you share yourself. You do all that, you stay in the present because you're constantly observing that, okay, I used to be like that only, and now I'm like this. I have learned, and now I'm going to continue to accept who I am and move forward and making people better and making yourself better. And that's what this young lady stands for. So I want to go back to what is anticipatory anxiety. I know you were breaking it down. You said, hey, I'm just going to tell you the definition of it. Can you pick it back up? Let's go over that definition again.
Absolutely, Dr. Cooley. The definition, the book definition, is a type of anxiety characterized by excessive worry and fear about future events or situations. But let me tell you something. So let's go to the title of the show. Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's what anticipatory anxiety is all about. Waiting for something to happen that may not affect you in the way you think it's going to. Let me tell you, this is called an idiom. The idiom is that waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it's nuts how we incorporate it into our everyday speech with the wrong content. The idiom itself means that it was came up with from an apartment living. When you have somebody who lives above you, you usually can hear when they do things, right? So when that person was getting ready to go to bed at night, they would take off a shoe and drop it. The person below would sit on their bed and wait for the other shoe to drop. That's what it was about. It had nothing to do with us anticipating and creating anxiety. You know, I read this book pretty often, and it's called the Bible, and it says, be anxious for nothing. And the word be means to make it happen. So don't make anxiousness happen in your life. Cut it off. We're going to talk about some other stuff later. I'm not going to give out all the secrets right away, but yeah, anticipatory anxiety, and it really, we're talking about African Americans and Black History Month. There's so many things that have taken place in our lives that people just tend to gravitate and say, oh, this is going to happen. It's going to happen again. Stop it. Because you just spoke it into existence. But I'll stop there.
Be anxious of nothing. And, you know, I tell you, and that's a lot of things that you just brought up that probably 80 to 90% of the folks in the world, they are anxious and they're waiting on something to happen, waiting on the shoe to drop. Just like you said, and you brought this something you really got in my mind. Well, you live in an apartment, they drop it, boom. Then you're like, okay, I'm waiting on another shoe to drop. And but then we get caught up in this waiting game. When the other shoe probably was laid down on the floor and didn't drop. But we are anticipating, and we're just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Remember Hamilton, I'm just gonna wait for it.
Yes. And, oh my goodness, Dr. Cooley. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off, but what you just said just gave me something. Bing.
So many times we get caught up on waiting for something that we forget about reality. We forget about the present. We forget about all of the things that we should be absorbing around us because we're waiting. I got a friend. Now I ain't gonna call his name, but he's sitting back waiting on a miracle. And ain't nothing wrong with him or nothing like that. Waiting on something to happen that tell him that you need to go and do this. You need to do that. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on what? I mean, next thing you know, you sitting back waiting. You're 20 now. I'm gonna wait. Now you're 30. What you doing? I'm waiting. And 40. I'm waiting. Now you're 70. What you doing? Waiting. But my point is this. And the title of the show that we're talking about today. Let me not mess it up. Stop looking for the shoe to drop. Stay present.
Stay present.
Sometimes we have to get out in front of things based on our belief in the man above and based on his guidance. And if he tell us that we need to do this, we don't need to wait for it. You already got your answer. Can you talk about that, Doc?
You already have your answer. You know, we came here with everything that we need. Everything that we need is on the inside of us. And we don't have to sit back and wait on certain things. Like somebody asked me something the other day, And she asked me, what do you think about this? And she said, should I stop and pray about it? I said, that thing, that drives me completely nuts sometimes. When God gives you an assignment and things start to line up for your assignment, what are you praying about? What are you waiting on? You waiting on you to change? You waiting on the situation to change? And that thing about waiting on the shoe to drop and the person upstairs, and what you said, Dr. Cooley, about the person may lay the shoe down, you may not hear it, so you're sitting there waiting. So now you are wasting time. But another thing is that came to me, that idiom came up during a time of rest, when we're getting ready to settle down, when we're getting ready to go to bed, when we should be at the most peaceful state so that our body can do what it needs to do while we sleep. But instead, you're sitting there waiting on something that may or may not happen. Suppose the person wasn't wearing shoes.
Don't start me to preaching right here. Many times, everybody assume this word, assume that these are the things that's going to happen. Everything they assume that it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be this way. Well, that's how it's been supposed, and that's what generation to generation, like, wow, I'm going down this same path because that's how it's supposed to be. I don't need to think. I don't have to have a mind. What you talking about? Staying in prison. I got to worry about tomorrow and next day, and I got to worry about what happened. I remember something happened last year, 10 years ago. My point is this, doctor. It's hard to have a reset of a mindset. Let me say that one more time. It's hard to have a reset of a mindset if your mind is already set on things that happened 20 years ago and all this other type of stuff, all that, and like, hey, well, I'm just gonna sit back and wait on my time to come. I'm just gonna wait. If you sit back and wait on your time and you ain't doing nothing, what are you doing? You're wasting time, just like you said.
Time. Wasting time. Wasting energy. Just a waste. The anticipatory anxiety is when somebody feels like, oh, this situation that's coming up in the future is not going to be good for me. How do you know? So you're just gonna wait in the state of mind of it's not going to happen, wait in this negative state of mind, and just not accomplish what you are set to do, what you are purposed to do in life. We have to stop sitting around waiting. It is time. If we don't know nothing else right now, it is really time for us to stop sitting around and waiting for somebody to do something that is not going to be the best for us. It's not going to be beneficial. So that's the thing. When we wait for somebody else to do something for us, to make something happen for us, most likely, guess what? It's not going to be beneficial for us. And that's, the Black History Month that we're celebrating. And like you said, I agree 100% because guess what? I'm Black every day, all day. Go ahead. Do we need to take a break? I'm sorry.
Not yet, but we got about a minute. I want you to finish your thought.
Okay. So when we are sitting there and just waiting for something to go wrong, that's insane. You're going to sit and wait for something to go wrong, or you're going to sit and wait for somebody to bring you something that you think is supposed to be beneficial for you. If they're the ones who are creating the system, guess what? Most likely the system is going to be beneficial for them.
And that's why I'm gonna close this out. We have a minute. In my commercial, I'll talk about the 4 C's. The 4 C's are create, vision, understanding, create thoughts, create the ideas. You can't just sit back and wait on everybody else. Create. When you do this, you have to collaborate. That's the second C. Collaborate with others that might be like-minded, that might be able to help you with your creation, your vision, your understanding, your focus. Create, collaborate. And then when you talk to people like-minded, you trust them, you come up with ideas, you have to commit.
Yes.
Commit to doing, these are the things that I'm going to do. These are the things that are important. These are the things that based on my vision, understanding, focus that I can do. When you commit, guess what you have to commit with? You commit with confidence.
Confidence.
Create, collaborate, commit with confidence.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm closing out on this one. When you utilize those 4 C's, it creates what we call the big C. And you know what the big C is, right, Dr. Stacey?
Uh-oh. You know you're going to have to tell me.
You know what the big C is, right?
What's the big C?
Character.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. How did I miss that? Yes. Character. It's major.
So when we get back, we're going to talk about that, but we're going to go off into a lot more. If whichever platform that you're watching this on, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform. Was it E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and 80-something other platforms. Welcome to the show. If you want to be part of it, just go to the comment. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Your life. Dr. James JC Cooley.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Let's go. It's the
In this life you are gonna grow, but there's things in this world that you gotta know. To be the best that you can be, you wanna grow real big into a strong tree. To be who you're created to be, the one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you got to have these 4 C's. Create.
welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's life, and I tell you, Dr. Stacey, and I'll be real with you. I know that every time I have you on the show, I'm never going to read not one question, never going to get to one. Because we know each other so well. I mean, we don't need a script. But what we need is honesty, integrity, and ethics. And that's what we provide to our listeners. Hey, if you don't want to know the truth, if you don't want to know what we think, what we believe, I'm talking about primarily in the Lord Himself. Well, yeah, you might watch the wrong show, because we're gonna educate you. We're gonna tell you the truth, and we don't care whether you're black, white, green, gold, purple, whatever religion. We don't care about that, because we love you. We love you the way that God made you and the purpose that He made you. And everybody has a contribution to society, to the earth, to everything. And the prejudice and all that stuff, we need to push that to the side. We're not going to win that way. We're not going to win by going out being haters and like, okay, that person better than me, and I'm just going to block them out, and all this other type of stuff. So when I left, I talked about the 4 C's: create, collaborate, commit with confidence. And I'm talking about what I'm trying to say is understanding who you are, yourself. Understanding you. You know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself before you share yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. And that's what Dr. Stacey, in her book, Being Present in All of the Great Things that she's doing, including her artwork, her poet, all of those type of things. Now, I'm not going to challenge you to a spoken word today, because I think you beat me last time, and I hate losing. But I want to pick it back up on that one is how do we go about informing and educating our youth, our young adults, our communities, all of us around that. You can't wait on you to drop. You can't wait on a magic wand to come. You can't wait. Oh, I'm just gonna buy me a lottery ticket. And wait. I mean, I'm not gonna bash anybody by getting a lottery ticket or nothing like that. I think go ahead on, do what you got to do, but also have an understanding. Every now and then I go out and get me a lottery ticket too. I mean, every now and then I feel lucky, I go out and get me one. Say is, you can't sit back and just wait. Just like I mentioned Hamilton, Dr. Stacey. I'm just going to wait on it. Hey, what are your thoughts on that?
So, you asked the question, how are we going to help our youth and our community as a whole come out of this waiting for the negative instead of speaking the positive? We're going to have to learn how to break old patterns, break old habits. We're going to have to gain a sense of self-control, for one. For two, gain the control over our future. Because you said about the person going out to get the lottery ticket. Well, they're anticipating that they will win. And actually, sometimes some people just go get it. They don't think they're going to win. But they go get the ticket anyway and anticipate the negative, anticipate the anxiousness. But if we take control of our lives, meaning that we do the things that we know are necessary to get us to our destination, then we can have an active role in participating and what the outcome is. And then we don't have to anticipate that something negative is going to happen because we played an active role and we did what we were supposed to do. A doctor of any sort of kind, they go to school between 8 and 12 years because they want to become, some doctors want to become internal medicine doctors, some want to become surgeons. There's, podiatry, pediatricians, all kinds of physicians. And you have to go the extra mile to have control of what you want to get done. You said, I want to become this. Well, what do you need to do to make that happen? Instead of making anxiousness happen, let's make something positive happen. Take some positive steps.
And you know what? So speaking of that, you saying what you want to do to make things happen. You sit back and I'm just gonna wait for it. And Michelle and I, she watched Hamilton and all that, and wait for it. You have to use a verb. You have to have some action. You have to do something. I mean, you have to put some work in it. You can't just sit back and just, I'm gonna wait on it. Well, I heard that shoe drop, but I mean, I'm gonna have to wait. It might take 3 days for the other one to drop.
Feel silly.
Like I said,
I'm gonna wait for it.
Yeah, they might not even have shoes on.
So my point is this, and the viewers out there that not see, I'm looking at the numbers, Stacey. It's a lot of people watching. What are you going to do to ensure that you stay in the present? What are you going to do to make sure you stay in the present? If you start drifting in the past, you have to pull yourself back. How, and I'm asking Dr. Stacey about this, how do you avoid going in the past and sitting back waiting and, thinking and blaming everybody for not having your 40 acres in the milieu? I mean, it was promised to us, but hey, didn't get it. Well, I'm still waiting on mine. I'm going to wait for it. Stacey, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my first thought was just now is at this day and age, you can go buy your own 40 acres. You can make it happen for yourself. I like my little saying, always be awesome. And the BE means to bring excellence to every situation. Whatever where you find yourself at that moment, and that is key also in not having anticipatory anxiety. When you are where you are, be where you are. I heard somebody say one time, when you're in the shower, be in the shower. Enjoy the warm water or cold water, whatever preference you have. Enjoy the smell of the soap. Enjoy the steam clearing out your lungs. Be present in everything that you do. And make sure that we are present enough when we start making decisions, because when we make decisions, we can't make good decisions if we are anticipating something negative to happen. We will not give our full attention to what we should be focusing on. Something is going to be slighted because we don't believe it. Yes.
Hold that thought. We got to take a station.
I like that.
I want to see what Dr. Michelle Cooley, I want to see how she's going to respond to that after the break. I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, this is good. Very, very good. Whichever platform you're watching us on, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Listen up. It's Dr. J.T. Cooley. Yeah. It's the J. Cooley Show. It's your life.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be on it, to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Hello, welcome back to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And I tell you, Dr. Stacey Bulluck, I can't say enough about her because she always bring it. And she bring it without bias. I mean, a lot of people, I can't say this. I can't do that. No. Say it. I mean, say it. Be present. Say it. The audience might get mad. Who cares? I don't care about the audience getting mad. I'm talking about, I'll tell you, our show. Radio, we just expanded Dallas. And I mean, we're expanding all over the place. And I love it. I mean, I love it. I love being able to bring guests on like Dr. Stacey Bulluck that's going to bring it and going to tell you the truth. We're going to educate you. Stacey, I'm telling you right now, I need you back on in March and I need you back on in April.
You know, Stacey, March is Women's History Month.
Well, she already knows.
It's Women's History Month, and we want to get back an audience. If you, this is the last segment, but if you have any questions for Dr. Stacey Bulluck, please send them your way, whatever social media platform you're watching the show live. Ask your questions or provide comments. So, Stacey, we want to get back to your last comment before we took the break. Dr. Cooley, can you remind her exactly what you asked her?
No,
what she was talking about?
I know what you were talking about, but I forgot the exact question that I asked.
Well, Stacey, you remember, don't you?
Of course not.
Oh no.
So what I asked that, what we were talking about primarily was getting out your comfort zone. Stop waiting on this and stop doing that. Reset your mindset, meaning that whatever that might have been in the past that you've been lingering on, we have to step up and we have to be authentic. We have to understand our purpose that God has planted in us. Each one of us, I believe, we are born with our purpose. And I believe that our Lord and Savior, He is going to guide you and direct you. But you have to find your own purpose. You can't be sitting back saying, well, I'm just going to wait on it. And that's what we're talking about. I'm going to wait on them to tell me what I need to do. He ain't told me that. I'm going to wait.
Well, you know,
I mentioned the action verb, right? It got to be some action involved. That's where we're at, on the last course.
Most definitely. Definitely action involves. But, you know, Stacey, I want to talk about, you know, people who are just used to, you know, past failures. past failures and the apprehension and the fear. I
Mhm.
mean, we all want positive things, and when something great happens to us, you're right. Some of us are waiting for the other shoe to drop because of past experience. So you
Mhm.
really can't fully enjoy what is in front of you. So, what do you say to those who just can't get that nagging thought that this is too good to be true? That's an expression. So it's like if something sounds too good to be true, then it usually is, and they're always thinking like, okay, there's something up, there's a catch to this, and it may not be a catch. But what's the difference between being cognizant of what you're listening to, what you're hearing, and what's being presented to you, as opposed to being fearful?
Well, I'll start with this. Unfortunately, people give more credence or pay more attention to negative things. How you think the news make as much money as they do? The news is, I haven't seen a show that is predominantly positive yet for the news. So that's because they know that people gravitate to the negative and they play on that. And I'm hoping that everybody that's listening right now, you just heard what I said. So stop allowing people to play on you, or banking on you waiting for something negative so that when they bring it to you, it's not a surprise. But now you're going to have to start to say, you know what, how can I break this pattern? How can I approach these negative thoughts? Easy. Change your thought. Even if you have to change it to, I love blueberry ice cream. Take away the negative thought. It may seem like it's silly, but it has worked for me. It definitely takes practice.
Oh, yeah.
And this thing that's called mindfulness, it's not about anything outside of you. It is you being aware, mindful of who you are, mindful of how you show up. So if you know that you show up in a negative way on Monday mornings, say, what do I need to do to change my attitude on a Monday morning? We know it's Monday. We hope Monday comes. Instead of anticipating Monday to be the worst day of the week. No, Monday can be the best day of the week if we decide to break the pattern. And we have to do that. And as far as something Dr. Cooley, James Cooley said earlier about this, whatever is going on in the world, and specifically in the US, this is not a race thing at all. Let's get it straight, people. It was something that is come to nullify the human soul. And when I say soul, I mean your mind, your will, your intellect, your desires, your passions. So keep that in mind. Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. Stay present. When stuff does happen, don't say, okay, well, we was expecting that. No, expect better.
And also know how to handle it. I mean, no one likes when trials come. Let's just put it that way. And sometimes it's the blame game, and you're not rationally thinking about the situation, about what's really, really going on. Or you make comments, ooh, I knew this was too good to be true. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this A, B, and C, and D. Okay, that's not going to help you. That is not going to help you. And just being present about, okay, this has happened. I don't like it. I can vent, I can scream, or whatever I have to do to get it out. But you got to find a way to deal with it. And it's all about resilience. What are your thoughts on that?
All about resilience. We have to build resilience. That's why I said practice along the way. Practice being mindful of what you do when certain things happen. How do you handle conflict? How do you handle things when you don't like it? How, when something makes you feel uneasy, what do? Are we automatically going to the negative? Are we resilient enough to challenge the negative thought? That's where there's this thing in psychology called Socratic reasoning, and we have to be able to challenge our thoughts.
Wow. We're down to the last couple minutes of the show, but you talked about something, and I'm going to close this out real quickly, about you I call it emotion, your intellect, and your will. I mean, what I'm going with this is that our emotions, many of us, when we are at the presence and we're not in touch with God, we are able to roam and do anything, and then things are not happening well. So we let emotions of whatever comes to our mind. We want to scream, want to shout, want to hit somebody, want to punch, right? And there is a inner self, I believe, it's called your will, emotions, your intellect. You already know, just like the you got the red devil and the green devil on your shoulder. They fighting. That's your mind. And whichever one of them win. From an emotional standpoint, that's where you're at. Your will is like, am I willing to do the right thing? Am I willing to sit back and not think it's all about the I, me, my? Am I willing to refocus? Am I willing to get back in the presence? Am I willing to put my wants aside to help others in need? My point of this, in 30 seconds or less, of Dr. Stacey, is how or what do we say with the people out there that's struggling with themselves, that want to do right, but they can't do right because they are waiting on somebody to shoot a drop?
Stop waiting. Make it happen. You have the ability to do it. Have the confidence. Challenge yourself. That's the biggest thing. We have to be willing to challenge ourselves.
Wow. Hey, Dr. Stacey, you are invited back. Michelle's going to send it out and again for March and April. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for always tuning in to the James Cooley Show, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always, and also radio, AM 660 Answer, Dallas, AM 1170 Answer, and San Diego. Always dream big, think big, and be big. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. Stay on stage. It's your life. We'll see you then.